Now that we've played around a little bit with static meshes and landscape, we're going to talk a little bit about lighting. So there are a number of different types of lights, and to look at them, we're going to need our place actors in world highlighted here so that we can access them through here. So the first light we're going to talk about is the point light. The point light is simply as described. It emits light in all different directors from a single point. From here in the details panel, we can change its radius, its length, its temperature, its color, and all these other details here. The spotlight is, as it sounds, a light that casts on a single spot. You can change the cone angle, you can also change its source radius and its intensity and light, just as we could with the point light. We also have a rectangular light. This is similar to the photography lights that we normally see. It emits just from a single beam, from a single rectangle. And if we want to change the size of that rectangle, we can change it here in the source width. We can also change its intensity and barn door length and all of the other factors here as well. But the one that is really important for when we're doing a world like this is this one here, the directional light. It is also selected here. Generally, you only want one in your level, as this is going to cast light over the entire level. It doesn't matter where it's placed, or if it's rotated or scaled, it only matters where its rotation is in relation to this arrow here. For this, I'm going to change our rotation nature from world to object. And this is going to allow me to be able to rotate this on its own axis. And as you can see, it's changing the nature, not just of the light in the environment, but also the skybox in it as well. That has a script that is attached to it that allows us to change as the angle of the directional light changes. And this is why it's important to use the directional light that is already here, as opposed to bringing in one of your own. So I'm going to get it to a reasonably close to sunset time. I'm going to switch off my snap angle here. And we're just going to switch it down so we can just see the light. To that magic hour. You'll also notice that this light here is glowing. This is not actually a light. It is simply a material emission map that gives the illusion of light without actually casting any shadows. But it's still useful in levels to be able to give the illusion of light. So now, as we come into this level, we'll start to see the light slowly come into view, and our character running down the street towards this house. So light can be used quite effectively to be able to set the mood for your level, as well as direct the player to where they need to go. The light here beckons the player towards it, giving them an idea about where they should head. Use this now to start looking at some of the other light sources that we could have. And in the next session, we'll go through some basic blueprints that will allow you to be able to turn these lights into interactive objects. But for now, just start thinking about where you might want those lights to be placed, both as torches and as street lights, and we'll get started in the next tutorial.